What in the heck are y'all thinking, guys? Well, hello, Sin Fam! Welcome back to the channel. My name is Cyanide. If you're new to the channel, I just want to give you an extra special welcome. Let you know that I'm glad that you're here. I hope you enjoy yourself. But before we begin, you need a special if you should hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, click that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my alerts or videos. Why? Because you're gonna feel really sad if you don't. You don't want to feel sad, so why don't you head on there and do that right now. Also, after the video is done and you've watched it all the way through, you're gonna head on down to the description and click my Twitch link. Follow me over there because I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday starting at 2 p.m. going on until midnight-ish. I might have to amend the hours a little bit, but we'll say we start around 2 to 2:30, depending on how my editing goes, because I have to edit for myself. In today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about mistakes that you should avoid when you're just starting out in Final Fantasy XIV. So we've done a lot of different guides. Some of them have been requested. This one seems to be something that may need to be used. And a lot of it's just going to be stuff we're going to talk about, but it's still extremely important. One of the big things people need to understand is, number one, don't come into this game and just skip the story. If you skip the story, you're going to find yourself completely missing out on such a huge chunk of the journey and part of what people love and adore about this game. All right, so you want to make sure that you stick with the story and go all the way through it. Don't skip. It's the end game is not 90% of this game like it is in games like WoW or other MMORPGs. Part of it's the journey. In fact, a large part of it is the journey. There's people that wait just for the next story portion to come out in order to log on. I mean, because the story's that good. All right. So that's number one. Number two, when picking a class, you want to pick something that you think you'll actually enjoy, not just what you think your group of friends needs or what you think people will need. Yeah, you'll experience faster queue times as a healer or a tank, but you want to make sure you're picking something that you honestly think you're going to enjoy doing, because you'll be stuck with it for at least for a while. Not necessarily stuck with it, but the next tip number 3, will tell you what I mean. Tip number 3, level up one class first and stick with that class all the way to level 80. Here's why. The main story quest, a lot of the quests are gated behind levels, right? Because they want to make sure that you are level appropriate and they want to pace the story appropriately. Well, see, the problem is that if you're leveling up multiple classes, you can only do the story quests once to get experience with them. You can play through them later on because you unlock them and for New Game Plus, but if you play them in New Game Plus, you're not going to get experience for it anymore. Let me show you what I mean. I believe it's under, yeah, New Game Plus. Under Duty. Now, I can play through side quests. You can play through, like, the Hildebrands. There's a bunch of other quests that you can play through. There's your tank quests. I haven't gotten all the way through all of them yet, I don't think. Still have a couple I have to do. But you'll unlock them and you can play through them, but you won't get experience again. But it's meant for you to be able to experience the game again. You know, to experience the story as many times as you want to experience it without having to start a new character or any of that. But you won't get experience for it, so you'll need to utilize some of the things that I talk about in the leveling guide, which I'll put the link for that in the upper right hand corner of this video right about now. But That being said, you want to try to stick with one class as much as possible. If you want to try some of the other classes, I recommend doing them as soon as they get unlocked. So you'll be able to get Samurai at 50. You'll be able to get Dark Knight at 51-ish. But keep in mind that Dark Knight, Mechanist, and Astrologian start at 30. So if you're going to main one of those, and that's really the class you think you'll enjoy, and that's what you've been working towards, make sure you, as soon as you get to Foundation, which is Ishgard, you unlock that class and immediately level it up. Because you want to take advantage of the main story quest experience, because it is quite a bit. And that leads me to the next little extension, or the next mistake people make, is that you, like I was saying before, you don't want to be leveling multiple classes all at the same time. Mainly because, or at least through the first journey through, but also there's a reason why I systematically level up classes the way I do. If you'll notice, as I switch to my tanks, each one has a different weapon, but the rest of the equipment is the same. With your limited inventory slots, you want to take advantage of the fact that certain jobs utilize the same equipment at the end game, to allow yourself not to have an overflowing a number of items in your limited armor chest. And that's how I recommend you would approach it, because, like, say you do all your tanks, you've now just eliminated several jobs worth of equipment, and you can get rid of all equipment that's below level 80 that's tanking gear. Meaning you now have eliminated a whole chunk of space that you would otherwise need to have required. It also allows you to hang on to the equipment for the first class you level up, so that you can utilize it on the next class leveling up. So you want to make sure that you're being a little efficient with your equipment, because your equipment space is what's limited more in this game than anything. When it comes to experience, like I said, the leveling guide will tell you exactly what to do for that. But you get so many items in this game from drops and stuff like that, that you want to make sure you keep it organized. You're not overdoing it, if that makes sense, right? So that's number 3. Number 4. Do not quit on the story. There is a slower chunk. We had a free company mate who we've been pushing through it because it's been a little of a slog for him. Osmongold didn't find it as big of an issue, but he found that the stories, like the patch quests between ARR, which is A Realm Reborn, and Heaven's Word, were a little bit chunky, meaning a little bit there to digest, and a little slow, because it's a lot of character building and stuff like that. I recommend that you push through it, because they learned a lot from A Realm Reborn, and they implemented in the next expansions, and those patches are a lot shorter as far as the number of quests that you have to do. So, which makes them a little easier to digest, a little easier and a little bit quicker to get through. So stick with it, and I'm sure you'll enjoy the story, once you get all the way through it, and you'll look back and you'll be glad that you did. So if this video, although a little bit short, has helped you in any way, I'm certainly glad that's the case. So if you've enjoyed this video, please smash the living shit out of that like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with your friends. Maybe, just maybe, it'll help them avoid a couple of little mistakes that a lot of people, that I see several people make. And it's, something that it comes down to real game mechanics. So, also, I want to remind you that I stream. Head down to my Twitch link in the description. Head over there and follow me, so that you can catch my stream. We can chat and enjoy ourselves a little bit more, and play a lot of Call of Duty and some Final Fantasy as well. I also want to give a shout out to my boys Killa Cam and Rusty Rob, or Crafty Rob, sorry. Krusty, you're gonna kill me for that. So Killa Cam and Crafty Rob, those links to their YouTube channels will be in the description as well. They are part of my stream team that I'm trying to build. We game together, we grow together, guys, because that's the way it's supposed to be done. Because you forget that games are the unifiers, guys. When you're playing games, it doesn't matter what skin color you have, what religion you have, what sexual orientation you are, what gender you are, what political faction you are. It doesn't matter. All that matters when you're playing the game is the game. It's something that gamers can share between each other, a binding thread that we have in common. And so we should treat each other better, stick together, support each other, because gamers can and should be unifiers. So I want you guys to also remember to live your best game, and I'll see y'all in the next one.